As we sit here today, it's a beautiful Tuesday night. Stars are blazing and shining. It's the 10th of December, one day before CPI, one day before we make a shitload of money, and we're having a fire conversation tonight. That's what we're doing, boys. A fire conversation. And I feel like the conversation we're about to have tonight needs to speak to our people, the people we inspire, the people we've inspired for a long time, and the people who deserve hope, the people who look at us and see hope. Let's talk about our journeys. Let's talk about our wins. Let's talk about our losses. Let's talk about everything. So yeah, talking about losses, man, it was a very hot day today. Literally and physically on the charts. Lost about 20,000. New York session killed me. Stepped back in, made 12,000 back. So, not bad overall. You could do better. But it's a preparation for CPI. Yeah. What you gotta say, Mr. YC, sir?
Hey man, all I know is tonight is the calm before the storm, the show. Cause tomorrow is on, gents.
For real.
Bon, nakasanwanyo afit. Kasanwanyo, but when I think about the things that have led us to where we are right now, we've individually gone through so many challenges this year. 2024 has been a really, 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 really tough year, and I say that without using hyperbole. It's been one of those years that have brought out the men in us, I believe. We've been tested, we've been bent, but we never broke. We never broke, right? And as far as today is concerned, man, it's been one of those days where the charts, US 30 in particular, has made a warrior of me, man.
Yeah.
Funded an account 5-6 times. And, well, all's well that ends well. Ended off the day in profit in the run-up to CPI. But the one thing I really want to take away from this year is that real talk, I know it's a corny little phrase, but pressure really does create diamonds. It really does. And anything worth having is really worth the struggle. And we struggled today. We've struggled this year. Individually, as a collective, in our personal lives, in the businesses that we collectively run. It's been a really, really, really tough year, and it's made men of us. And I honestly believe that the best is yet to come. If we can weather the storm and we can just push through the challenges that we're going through right now, I really believe that this is going to be one of those years that we're going to look back on and we're going to laugh our fucking asses off at how the fuck we made it through all of this bullshit.
Yeah.
What you got to say, Taba? What you got to say, Ben?
Hey man, what I gotta say is that this year really has been something else. Eye-opening more than anything, especially for myself, because like I took a very huge turn, a very big leap, eyes closed, to enter this industry. Showed me a lot. The best part about it, I must say, is that like I came into this industry having experts around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know that saying where they say you don't see how big somebody is when you're standing too close to them. You gotta like step back so you can
See that.
Yeah, that's kind of how I see the year that I went into, because like I've been around people so big, and then when you just step back and you start to gain like perspective, you realize that like shit, it's just a whole bunch of giants all trying to fit in one room. So what you gonna do? You're gonna try and make a bigger room. You know what I'm saying? So that's literally the only way out. That's literally the only thing that we had to do in this year, and that's not easy. Like breaking down the walls so that you can make the room bigger, that's a bit of a process. That takes a bit of time. That takes a bit of figuring out to do just so that the structure doesn't fall. You feel me? In that process. But yeah, that's this year. And I know once we can like make sure that the room is bigger and the structure's still up, damn, there's a lot of room for a whole lot of shit.
100%.
For real. That's what I'm saying.
No, for sure. This year has been like crazy, but it had like great ups and downs as well, you know? And what I mean by that is like we've experienced so much throughout this year. 2024 was literally, for me personally, like one of the best years. Like I got to learn so much from the greats, you understand? Like I've been with Jason for a long time, but this year I've like grown close to learn and actually see what it is that he was doing. And not just being behind the scene in the business, do you get what I'm saying? Like I got exposed to Link, FX Alex, and
Hey, shout out Alex.
shout out Alex.
Shout out
Sure.
to Ghosts. Biggest goat.
For sure. And I still see, like, I just like to say I'm proud of all of y'all actually. As men, not just as traders, you know, like, because as men, we also go through our own things. And for you to have that and still persevere and go through those things as a trader too and make profits. And guys, it's not easy, this life that they're doing, like seeing it firsthand, you know, and getting into it myself, like realizing this is not easy.
True.
Sure. And this week as well with the boot camp, it's just taught me like more things, you know, you never know too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just like opening your mind and learning from someone that's really been doing it, you know? Like I've been learning new strategies from both you and Jason, Mr. YC and Jason. And
And me too, Nick. Teach out and blow.
nah, I ain't learning none of that. But now for sure, we do go through losses, we go through profits. And I think I'm currently still holding, I think all of us are still in profits somehow.
All of us are literally holding profits right now.
Yeah.
No? All of us.
In the blue, yeah, you're running about 10,000 profit. I'm running 6,000, still holding.
Yeah, I'm in like the young two.
Tunes, yeah. But you made good money last week, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this man killed NFP to another level. I think you funded your account at 15,000. And then you more than doubled it.
Yeah.
And then this week too, you're sitting almost like close to 40. And that's good growth because this is a period of 3 days. This was Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. So that's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful, bro. And to see you also turn into such a good trader, my nigga, I gotta give you your props, bro.
Shout out.
You know what I'm saying?
Just pulled up on
We really.
Oh, what you want?
Oh, the deer wants some food. Yeah, man. The deer can seems we're having a fire conversation over here. But yeah, man, as we said, this year was really good, but also challenging. Because in the same breath, 2024, honestly, is the year I've seen the most money. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the mental aspect of seeing the most money comes with the heaviest burden, but people don't see outside. You know? And people on the outside, when you don't have that money, you wish to have that money, you wish to have that person's life, but you don't know what it comes with. You don't know what you have to stick through with every day.
work you put in.
100%, bro.
Those shoes are heavy.
Shoes are very heavy. They very heavy. If I had to take the shoe off and let a nigga fit it on, they probably wouldn't even take one step. You know? And as we said, like even coming out of November, bro. November was men's mental health month. And you know, a close friend of mine came to the office. He wanted to commit suicide actually. Tried it 5 times. Yeah, tried it 5 times. He was a trader too before. Blew his account, sold his car, funded the account, blew it again. This boy's been going through it the whole year, bro. And in November, in the men's health month, he wanted to take his own life. Had to sit with this brew the whole 2 hours. But that just also made me realize, like, what we do is not easy.
Contrary to what the internet makes it look like.
100%. And these are the things that people don't talk about. That's why when new traders come into this industry, and, you know, let's say somebody retired and you want to take the whole of the time and salary and put it into trading, this is not how it works. you're gonna lose everything if you're new in this game. You need to take it step by step, go through it. I'm celebrating my 10th year next year, and I still take big losses till this day, but I know how to handle my losses.
If you were to like somehow advise somebody, because keep in mind, like you're saying, you 10 years in, right? 10 years in, somebody, even if they're not like a year, maybe they're 3 years in, you know what I'm saying? They've been able to make it a habit. They've been able to be consistent. They've been able to be like, okay, fine, this is my risk management. This is how I handle it. But how can you take that person from having some sort of experience? What can you say to them to be like, yo, dog, you can still better yourself? Because like, learning doesn't end, right?
Doesn't end.
Learning doesn't, yeah.
Well, the first thing I would tell them is sign up for Forex Kings course, man, because you know it is.
Hey.
What's the Fairfax key?
Yes, sir.
You gotta
Yeah. No, but on some real stuff, man. I think also a lot of people, like as you said, the person is 3 years in the game, but still not where they want to be.
Yeah.
And what they don't realize is trading has a lot to do with your environment. Like, bro, you can't be sitting in that room every day surrounded by depression, because you know when people look at trading, they look at a way out of the situation that they're in. But it also becomes hard if you're surrounded by poverty in your household, you're surrounded by poverty in your neighborhood, and you're here trying to make this thing count. So the first thing I would say is get yourself in places and environments where people have the same goals as you. Even if it's once a week, you know, going to trading floors, going to wherever you can, just to have that moment with those people. You'll learn so much more. You'll get so much more perspective of where you want to be. That's the first step, I would say.
How inviting do you feel like the Forex community is? Like, I know how we do it. We invite people to the trading floor, right? There's some days like news events. News events, people will come flooding in. True. Like, everybody wants to be a part of the motion.
Yeah.
They will all see like, yo, what are you doing? We're trying to make
Help
money
each
and
other,
whatnot.
yeah.
But then what about like, we do have days where nobody will walk through those doors, you know what I'm saying? Just because there's not a news event.
not a
What
news
is it?
event.
Do you feel like the trading industry is like open? Is it like welcoming?
So my true reality on that part is the trading industry in South Africa is not welcoming. If you look at the trading communities in America, bro, those people they'll go to somebody's house and they'll all sit in a group and they'll trade the whole week, have a whole setup. But in South Africa, it's this trader is doing better than me. I can't let him do better than me. This trader's bought that car. You know, I'm gonna go against them, not knowing that if we actually teamed up as one, we could do a lot more than being individuals.
All right, I got something to say.
Yeah.
And I'll ask you one thing.
That's what I got to say. They'll hear it on the recording. But I always say, trading is not a team sport. It's not a team sport, but there are opportunities for collaboration.
Okay, perfect.
There is synergy that exists if we are speaking the same language. All right, it makes no sense for me. The reason why I say it's not a team sport, it makes no sense for me to speak to someone who has a contrary perception of the market. I've already found my niche. I know what works in terms of my formula. Yes, if I'm a newbie, then yes, I need to collaborate. I need to gather all the ideas that I can and sift and sort and get the ones that actually work. But once you've found your niche and you know exactly what works, and as far as the formula, I feel like that's when you need to, I'm not going to say isolate, there's a different word that I'm looking for, I just can't find it right now. But that's when you need to really be firm within and be convicted in the approach that you have and follow through on that and shut out the outside noise. But at the same time, what Jay said is very important. In our country, in South Africa, the Forex game is like a rap battle. It's literally like the rap industry.
And look, sometimes it's not a bad thing sometimes. But the reality is, if you're always going to be going against one another, you're not going to win as a collective. And I think a collective win is better than a singular win. Do you understand what I'm saying?
100.
It's better to roll together knowing that, hey man, you just made what, 200,000, I made 300,000, he made 400,000. It doesn't matter how much who made as long as we made money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then South Africans look at it from a point of view like, he made 400,000, I made 100,000. Why did I make 100,000?
Yeah.
I want to make a 400,000. That's where you blow your account because you're trying to compete. And that's what I'm saying, bro. When I look at the American trading community, I'm inspired. The goats are working together.
For sure.
Niggas are driving Bugattis and they still rolling up, pulling up together, hosting trading communities together, doing the most for the people. Because it's not about the money. At this point, you already have your financial freedom. We have our financial freedom. Yes, we want to reach higher levels than where we are, but we definitely in the top 5% of the South African community. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Because when I started trading, I just saw this colored boy in a shiny M4, and I was wondering how in the actual fuck. And that's when I was just fucking around with this thing and still doing my research. Look at me now, I'm chilling around the fire with that same colored nigga. What you gotta say, Antristo? You've known Jay longer than most of us. What have you gotta say, bro?
Like this specific person that you're speaking about was my enemy from high school, before trading, before the riches, before we can even meet, like sit together in the fire. Like from my perspective, I would say I'm happy that I took a turn
Yes.
to look at where I'm coming from and where I'm going, like in the middle of the absence of saying that I'm grateful that I met this guy, and I'm even grateful that I took my time to look at life, where I'm going or where I'm not even going to reach, you understand?
Yeah.
So to a point that I met him, it's a sign that I want to reach there. What is he doing that I'm not doing? What am I
And
saying?
you know what's crazy, actually,
Yeah.
about Andres' stories? He used to bounce for, we had a mutual friend. We used to be enemies in high school. So I had a group of boys that would listen to me. He had a group of boys that would listen to him. But my boys always fucked his boys up. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, we was yeah, tell us that we were stealing their K ways, doing the most. You know how it was back in the day. But then I met him years later, like when we all were done with high school, and you know, beef is no more a thing. Like now, life is serious. Now you're trying to put bread on the table because you see what our moms and our parents are going through. And I met him, bro. And I met him with a mutual friend. His name was Cortez, R.I.P. to Cortez. If you're from Pretoria, you know In City Inc. He's one of the first tattoo parlors in Pretoria.
Young CEO.
Yeah.
Shout out Cozy too.
Yeah, shout out Cozy too. That was his events, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. And I met him that night through Cortez. Little did we know, and he was bodyguarding Cortez at the time. Little did we know, the man was about to pass away 4 months later.
Dang.
And then Andres came to me, he's like, hey man, my leader's gone. Lead the pack, man. What are you saying? What are we doing?
What's the next step?
What's the next step? And ever since that day, it's been on, man. And that's why we really go way back. And that's one thing I try and do in this journey and in this life is I will always go with people that I've known. Do you understand what I'm saying? I will always try and put people that I know that I came up with in certain positions also to be able to help themselves. Because I do feel like I owe it to them. Do you understand?
All right. Question though. Question to each and every one of you guys.
Oh.
If you could point out in the year 2 moments that really sat out to you, 2 of the most painful moments, what would those be? For me personally, losing my dad in the first half of the year. Hey, R.I.P. to my nigga. Yo.
That's the real Mr. Weiss and shit.
Yo. Shout out to my nigga. That was the first half of the year. And just when I thought that, you know what, I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, I go and crash the car that I worked so hard for. The car that represents the 10 years that I've been trading. The car that represents what I saw the first time I saw you. And I didn't know. I was like, yo, silver M4. Then I go and crash mine. So those 2 moments for me were those 2 moments that really, they brought out a lot of pain. But through that pain, I had no other choice but to keep fighting. So for each of you, what's that moment? What's that moment? Starting with you, Jay.
Yeah, but for me it's crazy, man. I just want to talk about like pain, man. Like, isn't it crazy how pain hurts in the moment, but when you look back at it, it actually makes you stronger? Like when you're going through pain, when you're going through something, if you have to be real with your life, that's the only time you actually sit back and reflect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only time you can actually be like, hey man, let me take a pause from this life thing. I'm doing too much. What am I doing wrong? What is happening here? What's the cause of this?
Introspection season.
Introspection season, and that's so important, especially on the journey that we on, because we on that fast life, bro. Like it or not. And this is why, as you're saying, the things that happened to you this year, regardless, you were able to take a step back. You know, you quit a lot of things. I know you personally. Some things I can't mention here, but you quit a lot of things, you know. And you look at it because you know you're growing up with your dad gone. You the head of the family right now. You know what I'm saying? You the Mr. YC sir now. You that nigga right now. So, but it all had to be through reflection. And I'm telling you, that nigga's looking down on you right now as he is. He's proud of you, bro. Because he's seen you are becoming what he wanted you to become all along.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a very good thing, bro. As a man in this industry, it's not easy for us. But for me, my two most painful moments this year, man, my two most painful moments, the first one is actually very crazy. But I had some money stolen from me. A shitload of money. A shitload of money.
Sound like a pickpocket at the mall.
Yeah, no, it's not a pickpocket at the moment. A lot of butter M's, and that made me feel some type of way because I know the person I am and I know the work I'm putting in. And when you do business with people who aren't as loyal as you get to also sit back and realize not everybody's like you. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody got that loyalty. Not everybody's like, yo, we starting this thing from the ground. Once we hit peak, we all eating. Nah, we started from the ground, but you still want to eat more. Doesn't make no sense. So that was one of the most powerful moments in my life personally. And the second one was actually the accident that I had literally about 3 days back, I think. 3 days back? Yeah, I had an accident 3 days back. And you know what? It was painful for me, bro. Because for myself, 2 months before this accident, I went through a self-introspection. Like after my birthday, my crown birthday, when I turned 27 in September, October, November, bro, I was hardly drinking. I was hardly going out. I never had sex. No sexual intercourse, no nothing. I've been no nothing since October, not even November. And I've just been getting closer to God, bro. Like I've felt myself growing stronger spiritually. I felt myself growing stronger mentally and physically. I feel the best I've ever felt. And for me, for the first night when I go out and for this shit to happen, that accident really set me back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a test. It's like I've worked 2 months so hard to build and be where I want to be. And I've made the most money that I've wanted to make because I was so locked in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I beat myself up for that because why was I so stupid and gullible to do that? But at the same time, I know what I've accomplished in that 2 months. I know the devil is also not trying to see me win. So he's trying to slow me down. And because I know I have the faith that I have, and I know that man up there is alive and he's real, we're going to persevere. The God is. The God is, man.
That's true. Yeah.
Like while y'all been talking, I've been thinking. I don't think I have to. Actually, like for me personally, this has been a blessed year for me.
Yeah.
For my life, like I've done like a whole lot of shit different this year. You know what I'm saying? Like I did a whole lot of shit different. The biggest thing, I think I got one. Everything else is just an obstacle. It's just something I see, I gotta overcome it. It's something I see, I gotta jump over. It's not something whereby like it got to me emotionally that like I can think about it over more than a night type thing. Other things I know like, okay, I'd sharp the solution to this, let me work on it. But the biggest thing for me is just looking around me in my own personal self, right?
Yeah.
And seeing that like, one thing is that like, I'm a loving person. Like I love my friends, I love my family, I love my hand. You know what I'm saying?
You love your girlfriend.
Yeah, I love her.
1 year anniversary.
Hey, shout out niggas. But then the thing that most stuck out to me is the fact that looking around and seeing the same people that I came up with like for a very long time, seeing a whole lot of people not change, not develop, not grow. That's some shit where like, damn. Because all day, every day, I feel like we're all striving to do some shit better, you know what I'm saying? We're all trying to like get to somewhere. But then when you see people doing the same shit over and over, when you see people like making the same mistakes over and over, when you see people like, keep in mind, everybody's gonna do shit at their own time. I can't rush anybody. But because I know I'm on my time, I'm trying to do shit at my time. And if people aren't on my time, it creates that thing whereby like, yo, you gotta distance yourself from people, even if you love them, no matter how much you love them. But because like, yo, you're trying to move at your own time, it's just gonna do that thing. So that's been like the most painful. It wasn't like shedding a tear and shit, but it's just that acceptance of like, yo, you're running your own race, so keep running. Like if niggas trying to catch up, they'll catch up. If niggas are trying to run at the pace you're running, let them. But like, yo, you can't do too much for the next person. Like, I can't make, what's the saying? I can't take the horse to the river and make it drink. You know what I'm saying? The best I can do is take it to the river. But if you ain't trying to drink, then my nigga, like, I'm gonna get the next horse.
Yeah, you fundis everything.
Yeah, not everything.
Nah.
Yeah, I feel like that's real.
Come to cook the Andres. Alright, now I hear you boys. So, now, for me, we spoke about the mental part of everything we went through this year. I get that. But, if you guys weren't doing what you're doing now, how do you think life would have turned out for you?
God damn, stop my tail.
Yo.
Yeah. How do you think life would have turned out for you, bro?
Okay. Now, personally, I'm a go-getter regardless. You know? I'm just blessed to have the people I do have around me and the people I keep around me, you know? But if I didn't trade, if I didn't work as hard as I do, if I didn't think the way I do, I don't think... Damn. This is a tough one, I won't lie.
Damn.
Just... I think this year would have been... Like, let's say if I was in the shoes I was in, if I didn't get the position that Jason did put us into, like, in this last 2 years, I'd probably...
Nigga, you'd be rapping.
I'd
You'd be
probably
making
still
this
be hitting
music.
licks and doing music, yeah.
Yeah.
But for sure, though, like, I won't lie, it's taught me so much, like, you know, getting into business and actually... The grind is just different, you know, the hunger's always been there. So I just know that I was going to persevere and make sure that I had to get it regardless, bro.
I can definitely agree with that, because if there's one thing I've noticed from being around you is that being in the corporate structure has brought out the entrepreneur in you. And I feel like you're
Yeah.
going to take that into your music career.
For sure.
I think that's a nice summary.
And that's, yo, actually, what you're saying is so real, like taking into your music career. Because I think, as everybody knows, we are very close, famous artists that are our friends, you know,
Yeah.
in this industry. And from everything that we see that's happening with them, that entrepreneurial mind is the only thing that they need.
Yeah, to take it to the next level.
100%, because the music is there, the talent is there.
It's still a business though.
Yes, it's still a business. You are your business. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And also to have him being in this position, knowing the type of artist he is, he's gonna blow. The moment this man
Without a
drops
doubt.
next year, by the time this interview drops, this man gonna be very famous, man. So you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a mazza, man.
When it's early.
Yeah, catch him while it's early, man. Nah, but that's good. I hear you, man. What about you, Mustafa? You say?
Bro, all I know is that I'd still be in a favorable position. Like, when you asked that question, I thought to myself, damn, what the fuck would I be doing? I have no idea, but whatever it is, I'd be killing it. That's one thing I know. I know if I can apply myself to anything, literally anything that I put my mind on. It could be standing at the corner selling tomatoes. I'd have a tomato franchise right now. That's what I'm saying.
I get
That's the type of guys
I
we are.
get you.
Yeah, so that's a tough question. Like, I had to think and sit back, like, would I be down bad?
Mike.
Yeah, I just had to sit back and think about that question for real. I mean, shook for a second, like, how do I answer this? Because the type of people we are, we're not just going to sit back. You understand? Like, when things were tough, the worst times, that's when we got up. And like you said as well, when Jason asked the question of like, what is the worst time you were going through? You said, nah, you took all of that negative energy and made it positive. You understand? So I think regardless, we were gonna make it happen. Like me, like back in the day when Jason started trading and stuff first, he also just realized like, look, I'm going through some things right now, but it's my time to step back and make it happen. Understand? You can't just sit back and wait. Nothing's just gonna come to you in life.
I hear that, no cap. For me, I honestly feel like if I wasn't here, I'd probably be traveling the world as a motherfucking hot hip hop DJ.
For sure. One of the hottest.
One of the hottest hip hop DJs. Type shit.
It's coming.
But I don't think I would be as happy though. Type shit. Like I would be doing a whole lot more and shit would be looking a whole lot greater through like social media and shit. But like inside, I don't think I'd be as fulfilled. Because there's a certain level of myself I want to grow before I'm more focused on everything exterior. Do you get what I'm saying? So that is delayed but not denied.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to do it on my own terms. I'm trying to do it at my own pace. I'm trying to do it like by my own strength.
Not trying to do it because you.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be popping all over social media, but I'm like, yo, niggas, I ain't eat, bro. I'm hungry. Like, yo, put me on some.
I-wallet yana for love white.
Yeah.
You know, grab a snap, I go to Lego, got you baby days.
Ish. That was a bit tough.
No, but it's real, guys. I hear you. Now tell me here. After everything we spoke about so far, I hear you, but what's your biggest fear?
That.
Like, as you said in here, can go first?
Oh, shit, bro.
Yeah, it's a yo.
My biggest fear is not living up to my full potential.
Yes.
That haunts me every night. Every now and again. It's not an every night thing, but it's like once in a quarter or twice in a quarter. So this happens maybe like 8 times a year, where I get to a point like, damn, Ofizi, nah, you wildin' now. And you might not reach your full potential. That's why I had to cut a lot of things that I was doing. I needed to stop pleasing my body. All right? I needed to stop pleasing my body so that my mind can just dial into the vision of the man that I've seen.
And when you say stop pleasing your body, are we talking about you going through the 2 incidents that hurt you the most this year, that actually made you realize that you need to stop pleasing your body and yourself and actually just take a bigger step at everything, push your self potential?
Yeah, for sure. Those 2 things are
Key fundamentals in the situation.
they are, and they're not mutually exclusive. Like the one doesn't just negate the other one. But just to keep it short, to keep it frank, not living up to my full potential is my biggest fear. Honestly speaking, I don't want to be broke. Like that shit scares the living daylights out of me, bruh.
Okay.
You, bro?
Bro, fair enough. I hear you.
Besides being scared of being broke, on my own perspective, I'd say that I'm scared to lose what I have now because I'm the breadwinner at home. Coming from where I'm from and where I'm going, I was doing law, so it didn't.
Yeah. My shooter is a lawyer, niggas. My shooter a lawyer. He gonna shoot you and represent himself. Yeah. Shit. That's that nigga.
But then I'm not saying I'm not done with law. I'm looking at forex. I'm saying that I found happiness in law. You understand? Mistakenly so. I found happiness in forex. In saying that, I'm not just a security, but I trade.
Yes, sir.
Shit. I'm touching
All
a
my
million
niggas get
tomorrow.
into it,
Like,
man. Yes, sir.
no cap.
Yes,
Like,
sir. Okay, no, Dries.
this
That's real.
is.
That's real.
I'm happy where I'm at.
I'm happy. Alright, for me personally, I would say my biggest fear is seeing what we've built crumble down, if it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to me, I love to see everybody winning, bro. And that's why I told you, like, one thing you'll know about me and my team, if you look at my team, these are people that I know and I've came years with. And they know me, they know what ticks me, they know what doesn't tick me. We work each other, we coexist through everything. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, if that had to one day go away, you know how many households will be affected? Not just us, but everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like even my grandma, bro. Like my grandma's on my payroll. You know what I'm saying? My grandma gets a salary, man.
That's hard.
She's she's old. Like that's what I'm saying. So if this went away from us, it wouldn't just affect us. It would affect a lot of people around us. And that's one thing I pray for, and that's my fear for it not to go away. We don't have to be the richest, but we definitely never gonna be broke.
Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah. Toast to that.
So
Good, toast to that.
yeah, toast to that.
Toast to that, Jets.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man.
Bro, come on.
So I got a question for y'all. Next year,
You good?
let's say not even in your own personal capacity. I know you guys got big dreams for yourselves, but what's the biggest dream for you that you have for the person on your right?
Sure, let me get that.
Yeah.
I've known Tabang. He's the person on my right. I've known Tabang from a very young age. I've been friends with his brother.
Cousin.
Yeah, cousin. Yeah. So, what I'm hoping for Tabang in the next coming years, and God cover that, is to see him win and fulfill his dreams. Be the best man that he can be to his family. Like, I understand that now it's his anniversary, but I pray to God that God covers whatever the plans that he has for our company, for our environment, for his perspective of seeing life. I prosper in everything. Yeah.
Beautiful, Dries, man. Real. The man to my right is my nigga Tevin. Man, me and Tevin come a long way. He's been through it all. He seen me with nothing in my bank account, and he seen me with everything in my bank account, bro. So, one thing I would wish on this man is for him to be able to fund his dream the way he wants to. You know what I'm saying? He's working towards that right now. Because regardless of what we doing, we getting money here, but we're not leaving the money here, and we're not spending the money in clubs. We're spending the money in funding our real dreams, the other dreams that we have. Because I think we've all came to realization that whatever department you're going into in this life in South Africa, whatever job you do, whatever, it's not gonna get you where you wanna be. Even the talent, what you wanna do, doesn't probably even pay that well, but that's your dream. So you're trying to fund it from somewhere else. So even when you reach your dreams, you still got this thing on the side. So that's what I wish for you, bro. To reach your dreams and become the greatest rapper South Africa has ever seen, bro. You know what I'm saying? Go slime on them. You're passionate about it. That's who you are, bro. And most of all, at the same time, still keep God in the center, bro. I know how spiritual you also are. And I know you feel your connection with the big one up there. So let that never fade away, because that connection is going to guide you all the way to your dreams. Yeah. The right direction, my nigga.
There's only one more person left.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm the only person left who has a person to their right.
Yeah.
All right, so for my brother Andres, and I say that not by mistake, because he really is my big brother. My wish for you next year is to live up to the man that my father saw in you. And I think you know, because you knew my dad before you knew me.
So,
Yeah, that nigga was your nigga before you were my nigga.
and the truth part about it, I know all your dads.
So yeah, if
They know me personally.
if you can be half the man that my dad saw in you, bro, you will not have done a bad job. I swear to God. Right? Ben, I think it's just you now that has the person feel right.
Oh, shout out, man.
Hey, I got my boy Jay in the cut.
Yeah.
Yo, Jay, boy. It's even hard, this one. Why did I do that to myself? It's hard because, like, already you're doing so much. You're already carrying a lot on your shoulders. But, like, I know we still got so much life in ourselves.
Yes.
So there's room for more. And the more I'm talking about is probably not even a more that I have yet because you've seen some other shit on that side through them two. You know what I'm saying? So even that more, knowing how much you believe in God, you probably can't even comprehend the more that you capable to get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just keep your faith, and I know like all of that, you really will. With the favor that you got, you really will get all of that. So just keep your head down.
Yes, sir.
That's what I want for you. I want you to keep your head down. And like, yeah, we get a whole lot of distractions here and there from this and that, this and that, this and that. But as long as you know where home is, as long as you know where to look, you'll be good.
See that.
Say shit.
Shout out, my brother. Really appreciate it.
Nah, that's real.
Yeah, boys.
On the more, I don't want to like make it too mellow and shit. On the more, like us living our age type shit, like on some fun vibes, what you guys trying to do next year?
Man, I'm trying to do an MSC cruise, bruh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. If I'm asking for leave in advance. Jay, I'm really trying to do the MSC cruise in January. God willingly, the trades that we're going to take today can fund that operation. God willingly, the CPI trades we're taking tomorrow can fund that operation. Right? If I do hit my TPs as promised, or as envisioned, I really want to do the MSC cruise, man. I'm trying to go to an island, switch off for 7 days, and just come back a warrior and be ready to give the company and your vision my all for 2025.
Beautiful.
That's what I want to do.
Now leave Grant, my brother. Nah, leave Grant.
My vision next year. Already I have a company, security, and already have people in it. Jason's funding it, obviously. But my dream is to build my mother's second house.
I
Say it.
my man said second house.
Yes.
First one is already down, man. Come on.
To the core that I built the first one, and I'm really going for the second one. I really want to make that one a bigger one for my kids and my siblings to be all together. Yeah, and to hold the company down, like
Yeah.
Safety, you know?
tie shit.
Hey man, that man is his own lawyer. He gonna bail himself out.
Yeah, you've been the cut.
That's beautiful.
On some fun shit, what y'all trying to do like next year? Like,
Next year, man, you know me and FX Alex, we've been cooking something up. So I would say what I'm trying to do next year, February actually, because I just got my American visa, is to go to Miami for a month, bro.
and fuck it up.
Yeah, and fuck it up.
Or like
Cause-
just work.
No, work and fuck it up. Because the thing about my life and what we do is we work hard and we play hard. So when I travel, I never travel for pleasure. I travel for business, but pleasure is involved some kind of way.
Nah, right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta pop them bottles when you land there. You gotta do your thing, you know, show them what the biggest offer is. But it's about going out there, because we've seen how they do it on the internet, but going out there and see how they actually really do it. Yeah, because Alex invited me to his crib for a month, and I'm like, you know what, man, let's rock it up. Let's see what build we can bridge. You know, what sort of bridge we can build between America and Africa, bro.
So that whole trip, budget-wise,
Budget-wise,
trying to see if I fit in that suitcase.
somewhere, somehow.
Hey, yo, Alex, I'm pulling up too, man.
Nah, bro. So the Dubai,
That's
yeah.
celebration.
So the Dubai trip was like almost 400,000, bro, that I spent. So this one budget-wise has to be like almost 600. So that means I need to go hard this December and January. The markets we ain't playing around.
Part of the 400 was the fact that like you were whooping Lambo the whole time.
Yeah.
tryna-
Lambo, G-Wagon,
You trying to whip Lambo and shit when you get
penthouse
that side also.
living. I don't need to hire Lambo that side. That nigga got whips. I'ma whip the Bugatti, bruh. I'ma whip the Bugatti, bruh. Yeah, let me drive the Bugatti, bruh. Come on. Stop playing. So yeah, man, for me, it's just to go out there and seek and see inspiration. That's what I do. That's one thing. That's why I travel a lot also. It's like, life is different out there. People do it different out there, bro.
To speak to Jason's point that seeing people who are doing better than you is a necessary part of the process. You cannot always surround yourself with people who are not doing better than you, because then there's no growth.
100%.
So I feel like that trip is a necessity for you.
Yeah.
All right, because there's not too many people in your age bracket who will do it better than you. So
Come on, man.
you gotta head to America to find that shit.
bro. To also see how the sauce is being cooked up that side. And for me, most importantly, as I'm saying, building that community of traders between America and Africa, guys will be unstoppable. We'll be building a whole new bridge with last generations to come after we go. It starts with us.
If
The
we
biggest
go,
that side, the biggest this side. Why not collaborate?
Nah.
Yeah. Suitcasing. And I say, yes, sir. Yeah. Now I hear you, boys.
you're right. No, I think that was productive. No, that was some nice chats.
Okay. So yeah, guys, that's called the bushfire conversations. Spoke out everything. I heard a few animals even listening to us going, yeah. That means we just had a fire conversation. But as you said, today's the 10th of December. We're in Kruger National Park. We're having a trading boot camp. We've all flipped our accounts here as we're sitting, and we're waiting for the opportunity tomorrow of CPI. And I'm saying I'm looking for at least 300 on the board, man. That's what I need. If I have to walk away from this house, Kruger National Park, I need 300,000 in CPI. And I know my brothers all have their own goals here that they're also going to be reaching tomorrow. So to each and every trader and to each and every person, don't give up on your dreams. They valid. This could be you having these conversations about your future. Just hang in there.
All right, guys. And if you want to see more of this, guys, comment down below, like, subscribe, share this video with all your friends.
Come on.
If you want to see us do this again, then you gotta show us some love. All right. Shout out to all the traders out there.
Ah, woo! Ah, woo!